You're listening to Confessions of a Counselor podcast. Here we will talk all things mental wellness. Hi everyone, Janice here, and welcome back to another episode. Today I thought we'd talk about something that I share with all of my clients. Every single one. I don't think that there's been a client in the last almost 6 years that I haven't shared joys and drains with. This is really a foundational piece in my practice for me, and it comes to self-care. It is a mindfulness practice. It allows us to examine and look at different areas of our life and start to assess and evaluate in a compassionate way what we want our lives to look like. I want you to imagine that you have a gas tank inside of you. I like to imagine mine kind of sitting from my collarbone down to my belly button. It can be as big or as little as you want it to be, but there's a gas tank inside of you. And every time you do something throughout the day, it fills up your gas tank, or it requires you to use gas that's already in your gas tank. And everything that you do throughout the day either adds to the gas tank or takes away. These things can be described as your joys, things that fill you up, or drains, things that takes your energy away. And throughout the day, we need to do both. We sometimes have to do things that take our energy away, and we can be mindful and purposeful about doing things that help us to refuel, to add gas to the tank. The activity that I always give my clients to do is to take a piece of paper, split it down the middle, write joys on one side and drains on the other. The first time you sit down with this piece of paper, try to write 5, maybe up to 10 things on either side of the page. Things that take away my energy, things that fuel my energy. And then throughout the next week or two, starting to add to this list. What do I do that takes my energy away? And what do I do that really, truly helps me to feel better? By starting to bring awareness to what am I doing that helps me feel better and what am I doing that drains my energy, we can start to build a self-care practice that actually allows us to end the day with a full gas tank. So sometimes we do, but we try to not pull into the garage at the end of the night and have an empty gas tank, because it's going to be really hard to get going in the morning on an empty gas tank. So we want to have a full gas tank at the end of the day so that starting our day feels just a little bit easier. So what are some of the things that maybe I can get rid of on my drains list? Maybe there's something that I'm doing that I can rearrange or change or take off the list completely because I'm just doing this thing out of obligation. Or maybe there's something that's on my joys list that I really like doing, but I just don't make the time to do because it's not that important, but it is. So by starting to be aware of our joys and drains, we can start to practice more mindful self-care. And this can look different for everyone. This can be really big things. This can be really small things. Some people like to sit in the laundry room and smell laundry. Some people is me. I'm some people. Or, a universal one, petting a puppy or a cat. You can't go wrong there. And then there's things that are more personal, like counting coins or meditating or drawing, right? Some of those things are a little bit more personal to that person. And so this is just really discovering what are the things that bring us energy and what are the things that drain our energy, and how can we end the day with a full gas tank. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Confessions of a Counselor podcast is available anywhere you like to listen to your podcast, both on Apple and Android. New episodes will be released every Friday. If you enjoyed this podcast, please feel free to join the conversation. Leave a review or subscribe to the podcast hosted on the Anchor app. All these details can be found at janicelyons.com. Until next time, take care.